This is the Panther Pride Show on TV 24. It is our weekly in-depth look at Walter Wellborn High School football with the head coach of the Panthers, Coach Jeff Smith. I'm John Holder. Again, Friday night, third win in a row for Walter Wellborn at home on the hill for homecoming. B.B. Comer in town, region game, and that tough 3A Region 6. Wellborn wins it, again going away, Coach, 35-6. A lot of positives out of this game Friday night. You're at home, it's homecoming, it's a region win, your third win in a row. You even up your region record at 2-2. A lot of good things happened Friday night.
Absolutely, and the best thing is homecoming's over. That's the best thing that I can say about homecoming. But no, it was again that we improved this week. It was our third win in a row right there, and like you said, it did even up our regional record to 2-2. So now we get to these last 3 weeks of the season and see what's going to happen.
You're 5-2 overall, and the thing you've been looking for, more so than really the wins and losses these last 3 weeks, has been the improvement from your team getting better week to week. And you've answered that question in 2 weeks. I think you just answered it right there. You got better again this week.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we had that tough 3-game stretch with Lincoln, Weaver, and Sachs. And then we was able to get in these 3 weeks right here against some teams that, you know, they're up and coming, but wasn't as good as the 3 teams that we'd played before. And we was able to use these 3 weeks to improve ourselves right here so that we can, you know, get ready for the end of the season.
It was a great night of Wellborn football on the hill. When we come back, we'll take a look at first half highlights of Wellborn's 35-6 win over B.B. Comer as the Panther Pride Show continues here on TV 20. We are back on the Panther Pride Show here on TV 24, ready to take a look at first half highlights of Wellborn's 35-6 win over B.B. Comer on homecoming out at the hill at Walter Wellborn. Again, Coach, the theme for your team here lately in the month of October, September, October, has been getting out to a quick start. You did that once again.
Absolutely. You know, we really try to pride ourselves on starting the game off strong, and we were able to this week here. Here you see Logan Brooks have a good sack right here, him and Keegan Pridgett. We block a punt right here, and matter of fact, that's our first block punt for a score right there since 2010. Coach Smith, my oldest son, told me that after the game. So we started off 7-0 right here. We've had some good gang tackling right there. We come up here and have a good play right here, real good misdirection play that we're doing out of shotgun right here with, and Calvin has a nice run here for a first down. Here we run our double handoff right here to Tycon Thomas right there, and he follows his tight end up there real good and has a good gain here on it. Here again we're able to do some more stuff that we're doing out of spread right here, and Calvin runs a good play right in there and gets a good touchdown. So we're up 14-0 here. Here Keontae Curry shot in through there and made a good tackle right here. Here we have a good throw right here to Calvin. Then he makes a move, and then he comes, sees him turn on the jets here going down the sideline. Coming back right here, good misdirection again right there, and you can see Contreras Hunt, and he will not go down. And what I liked about that is you saw Calvin get a hold of him and try to pull him into the end zone there too, and then Contreras finishes off here with a good power play right here, and we had some very good blocking on the play. Logan Brooks right there kicked the extra point, and he was 5 for 5 for extra points Friday night. I was real proud of him for that. Again, here we're playing real good defense here. Jet right there made that tackle here, and he had 18 for the night. Kickoff punt return. Again, Calvin fields our punt return here and has a good return here. I thought he was going to actually go the distance with it, but that number 8 had an angle right there and was able to knock him out of bounds. Here we run a blast play with a quarterback right here and get the ball down and some yardage here. And here we run a quarterback keeper here. It ends up in the end zone here. And we're again behind some good blocking of Monte Tice and Tavares Berry. Here we have we run another good pass play right here. That was a jet through a good out route right there to Evan Beatles. Again, you see our lineman getting downfield right there. That was Harley Kendall leading that play right there, and you had a good run right there. And then Calvin finishes off the run right there with a blast and gets it in the end zone.
And for the third week in a row at halftime, Wellborn dominating, totally in control, 35-0 at halftime on homecoming. Coach, we talked about how young this football team is in these last 3 weeks. Getting big leads like that, one of the things you want, I think, with the young football team is building confidence. Have you seen that confidence level rising from week to week with these guys?
Oh, I definitely have. I think we've gotten better too. Again, sometimes when you're better than teams, you play down to your opponent. We haven't done that. We went out there and played well, and then we were able to play a lot of players and get a lot of good playing experience for a lot of different players, and I think that's helped out a lot.
We will take a look at second half highlights coming up, see some of those young guys in action. And before we go to the break, though, we got more from the Walter Wellborn High School, the Highlander Band performing as part of homecoming festivities on the Hill Friday night. Back on the Panther Pride Show, time for second half action of Walter Wellborn's 35-6 win over BB Comer. Again, coaches, we begin looking at the second half highlights. You got a chance to play you've got young players, but you've got even younger players that had a chance to get in there in the second half.
Absolutely, right here. Now the second half right here, I thought we started out a little slow. We ended up holding them, but they made a couple of first downs here and balls on the ground there. I felt like we should have got on that. Here, they're playing another kid at quarterback. Their starter got hurt earlier in the first half. Here, they're coming out here and roll past. Man, what a hit by Logan Brooks right then. I tell you, he has really gotten better as this season's went too. Here, you see right here, again, Logan right there and Jet making this tackle. And then here, again, we stop them here short of the first down here. We're getting into the fourth quarter. Again, they had a high snap here, some good gang tackling on defense. Trying to get some guys in here right here to help out a little bit right here. They hit this pass on us here and got a first down, and that was actually third down when they hit that. Number 2 right there was a very tough player for them. He took a big lick earlier in the first half right there, and he kept on just trucking along right there, and he accounts for their only score. They angle kicked this right here, and Kavion Wesley was able to field it clean right here and get in the wedge right here and had a pretty decent return here out of it.
There's the handshake after the game. Happy homecoming once again. Walter Wellborn wins it over BB Comer, 35-6, third win in a row, second consecutive win in Class 3A Region 6. And coaches, we bring it back here. Just a tremendous win again for your football team, and I think it would be maybe safe to say that you're on a roll now.
Well, again, it's short-lived happiness. We got to move on to the next game, and our next game is against Randolph County, which is a bigger opponent, and we've got to go down there and play them. And the wins, you enjoy them for 24 hours, and you put them away, and you go to the next one.
Well, back up to homecoming. In addition to talking the game itself, and we saw the halftime with the Highlander Band and so forth, but there are a lot of other activities going on during the week.
Absolutely.
We got some video of a lot of things that happened during the week. Bonfire. Tell us about some of the things happening during the week.
Well, Thursday night, we have a bonfire down at our park, and it went great. Players, enjoyed it a lot right there, and our cheerleaders, and we watch the footage on the band every week and everything. But our band has done an outstanding job this year, and just sounds great, and just very proud of them. Here we have a parade Friday afternoon, for homecoming, and we start out there and go through the elementary school, and then we end up here having a pep rally here at the, in the new gym here, and we had all the elementary school there and the high school there, and it's just a very electric atmosphere when we have them.
And tell us about this young lady right here. I think you might know her a little bit.
Well, that's my daughter. She's a senior, Leah Smith. You know, again, I always say this. You know, she's got an older brother, a younger brother, and you know, she gets, you know, often forgot about a lot and everything. But she was elected homecoming queen for homecoming and everything. I was real proud of her, and I know she was really excited about it.
Big week at Welborn, ending with the football game and the big win on Friday night. Got some player awards again for us this week.
Absolutely.
Coach, take us through who the award winners are this week.
Well, our Scrambler Award was a tie between Dalton Gilbert and Monte Ty. So Monte graded 88% as far as our Scrambler Award goes. Racehorse was Calvin Spinks. Pancake Block was Dylan Gilbert. Headhunter was Jet. He had 18 tackles in this game. Going to the Big Hog Award right there, that was Jed again with defensive line and inside linebacker performance. 12th man was Logan Hill blocking the punt for the touchdown, and then Logan Brooks going 5 for 5 for extra points. Hardest hit was a tie between Calvin Spinks and Logan Brooks. We saw Logan's on the replay right there, what a good league that was. Meanest Panther was Christian Figueroa. He plays free safety and he was a defensive player of the week last week and this week, and he had 12 tackles. The offensive player of the week was Monte Tice, who plays offensive tackle for us. He had 88%, and it was a tie between defensive player of the week, Jet and Christian. Jet had 18 tackles and Christian had 12.
And that's our offensive and defensive players of the week. Congratulations to those players. And coming up next, we're going to meet our offensive player of the week and also, Coach, the only 3 seniors that you have on this Welborn football team. We're going to meet those guys coming up.
Only got 3 seniors, and we're going to have them here and show them off a little bit.
We'll meet those young men coming up in just a moment as the Panther Pride Show rolls on here on TV 24. This is the Panther Pride Show, and we're back, and we got a really set full of Panthers here, as we promised you. Not only our offensive player of the week for this week, but also the only 3 senior football players on this Welborn team, and of course also back here with head coach Jeff Smith. We're going to begin here with our offensive player of the week, big lineman the coach was talking about, Monte Tice. Congratulations on being offensive player of the week.
Thank you.
Tell us about opening the holes up there. You got some good running backs. Obviously, we see those guys, but what's it like opening up those holes for those running backs?
Well, it's a tough job, you know, trying to get the holes open for them, make space, make sure they get to where they need to be so we can be successful. But, you know, it's a tough job. Got to do it.
Those running backs and quarterbacks, sometimes they get all the glory, right? So we'll make sure the offensive linemen get in here and get some glory too, being offensive player of the week. Just tell us about offensive line. What's that? One of the things we talk about with the linemen is how you're a unit. Even though you're individuals, there's 5, maybe 6 individuals up there, but you're working together as one. Tell folks that maybe have never played offensive line how that works.
You know, being an offensive lineman, really it's all about just everybody doing their job, because if one person slacks off, nothing's going to work.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on being Offensive Player of the Week.
Thank you.
Coach, I'm going to let you introduce these 3 seniors. We talk a lot of times about how young this Welborn team is. Here's the proof of that right here. Only 3 seniors on this football team. So, Coach, tell us about who these 3 guys are and what they mean to your program.
Well, Logan Smith is right here beside you, and he's number 52. You know, Logan, this is Logan's first year to ever play football, and he's came out there with us. And I remember when he came out, somebody said that, he guaranteed that he wouldn't quit, and he sure hasn't. And he's been out here with us every step of the way, and we're proud of him. Over here, again to my left here, number 72, Bryce Hill, has been in our program since he was in the 7th grade. His father played here. He's played here, and, you know, he's been a big part of, our program for, the last 6 years. Casey Thompson here. Casey came with us right here when you was in the 9th grade. Is that right, Casey?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's been with us for 4 years, and Casey's one of these players that he is always going to give you everything he's got. He is no matter what he's doing out there, it's usually always full speed, and we appreciate him a whole lot. All 3 of our seniors right here have done the absolute best that they can for us this season right there, and we're very proud of him. I'd like to touch on this about Monte, though. When you're talking about all the players working as a unit, he's played beside Dylan Gilbert for since they were 8th graders, and those 2 communicate and work as good together as any pair of linemen that I've ever seen together, as far as talking about what they got in front of them and what they're blocking. Monte, one thing he didn't say, but they're very unselfish. Those guys that go up there in front, they're not doing it for the glory. They're doing it for the self-satisfaction of doing a good job.
Casey, I want to talk to each of these seniors here. We'll begin over there with Casey. Just being only 3 of you guys, do you feel maybe some added extra pressure to take on a bigger leadership role with only 3 of you guys?
Yeah, you really got to show your leadership, since there's more younger guys than there are older guys, but you just got to show them that the way.
Bryce, you've been this 7th grade in the program with the varsity program. Now you're a senior. It goes by quickly, doesn't it? What's it like now, finally, having grown up in this program from being a 7th grader, now you're a senior? Tell us about this senior year.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, Coach said it best. I remember being summertime, went to JSU camp, and that was in July. And now, about week 8, it went by that quick. It's crazy.
All right, going to bring it back over here, my man. They call him Meatloaf, okay?
Yes, that's him.
That's the nickname here.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
What coming out and playing football for this senior year and joining up with this, just how do you like football? What's it been like coming out and being kind of totally new and getting involved?
Well, I really enjoy it because it gives me a thing, to do outside of school, and it's actually changed the way I've acted. I used to hang out with bad groups, and now that I've actually been into football and I've been getting more involved in church and doing things with the community, I really like it. I respect my coach, all my fellow football players. It's hard work.
Coach, that is what high school football to me is all about.
I was standing here just so proud to listen to him talk, but Logan has came out there on our team, and I don't think we've ever got on to him about anything. He constantly tries, and he's one of them that comes back to you and says, "Coach, did I do that right?" And he wants to make sure he does a good job, and I'm just very proud of Logan.
Coach, thank you for bringing these guys. Guys, thank you for being with us. Congratulations so far on a good season. Keep it up, and thank you for being with us here on the Panther Pride Show.
Thank you. Thank you.
We come back, we're going to take a look at next week's game. It's a big one. Walter Welborn and Randolph County down in Wedowee. We'll preview that game as the Panther Pride Show continues here on TV 24. Winding up this week's edition of the Panther Pride Show here on TV 24, and we have a big game coming up. And the reason it's big is because every game, I think, in 3A Region 6 is huge. We take a look at the current updated region standings here in the toughest region in Class 3A in the state. You see Saxon first place at number 1, Piedmont and Randolph County tied for 2, and then Weaver and Walter Welborn tied for that 3rd spot with BB Comer, Pleasant Valley, and Glencoe sort of at the bottom there. But you see here, one of those teams that's tied for 3rd and one of those teams tied for 2nd, Walter Welborn and Randolph County, going to play each other this week. That is a huge game with all kind of playoff implications. Welborn 2-2, 5-2 overall. Randolph County at 3-1, 5-1 overall. Friday night down in Wedowee at Hewlett-Humphrey Stadium. Going to be a fantastic game, Coach. Well, let's jump in here and first talk about it from the region and the standings and playoff standpoint. In some ways, this may be the biggest game that you played so far this season.
Well, I think it is the biggest game so far this season. Randolph County, I've mentioned this, our team is made up of mostly sophomores and juniors. And from when they were playing midget football to Pee Wee football to junior B football, we have always ended up playing Randolph County in the playoffs or the championship every year. And so we went against their players a lot as far as in youth sports. And then, of course, in junior high, 7th and 8th grade, we didn't play each other. But when they came up last year as 9th graders, they had to play against that juggernaut team that Randolph County had last year. So, we're looking forward to competing against them. And it's always a good, clean, get-after-it football game. I'm sure it's the fans enjoy watching it a lot. But, we're going to go down there Friday. They got an excellent football team. We've improved a lot, and we're going to go down there and find out who wants it.
You kind of figure this game a little bit, maybe a measuring stick to see just how much you have improved over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Absolutely, absolutely. you want to constantly show improvement, and I feel like our team has improved. You know, I know Randolph County's got a good, solid team. I feel like we're a good, solid team, and we'll find out Friday, you know, who has a better team.
And of course, you know, everything out there still really wide open for your football team, not only the state playoffs, but even home field advantage in the playoffs. That's still all out there in these next 3 weeks.
Absolutely. But you know what? You can't get wrapped up in that. I told the players today, you know, we can't worry about Friday already. We've got to worry about Monday, and then we've got to worry about Tuesday. And we just got to keep worrying about each day, concentrate on each day till we get to the game. And then once that game's over, you move to the next one and just keep going day by day by day and not get so far ahead of yourself.
Well, it will be one of the top games in all of Class 3A in the state of Alabama between Randolph County and Walter Wellborn. A huge game down in Wedowee on Friday night. Wellborn fans, make your way down 431 to the game and then join us back here next week for the Panther Pride Show here on TV 24. For the coach, Jeff Smith, I'm John Holder. We'll see you next week.